I was arranging flowers in the church basement when I heard my mother's voice upstairs. Clear. Cutting. She's just a draft horse. Always has been. Work her until she's done, then put her out to pasture. My father laughed. That dry, dismissive laugh I'd heard my entire life. I stood there holding white roses meant for my sister's wedding tomorrow. My sister. The one they paid for. The one they chose. Through the floor vent, I could hear footsteps. Someone else was up there. Then a man's voice I didn't recognize. Loud. Angry. Shut up. The real criminal is silence. I didn't move. The roses were shaking in my hands. I was 8 years old when the accident happened. A drunk driver ran a red light and hit our car. My mother walked away with bruises. I spent 6 weeks in the hospital. Broken femur. Shattered collarbone. Internal bleeding. The doctor said I was lucky to be alive. The settlement came through 2 years later. $459,000. Paid out to my parents as my legal guardians. It was supposed to be held in trust until I turned 18. For college. For my future. My lawyer explained it to me in terms a 10-year-old could understand. This money is yours. Your parents are keeping it safe. I believed him. My sister Emily was born when I was 11. Perfect. Healthy. Everything I wasn't. My parents had tried for years to have another child. She was their miracle baby. I remember my mother crying when they brought her home from the hospital. Happy tears. The kind she'd never cried for me. Things shifted after Emily arrived. Slowly at first. Then all at once. My mother stopped coming to my physical therapy appointments. My father stopped asking about school. They were busy. Tired. I understood. Babies need attention. By the time I was 13, I was making my own lunches. Walking myself to the bus stop. Doing my own laundry. My mother said it was good for me to be independent. I nodded. I wanted to be good. Emily got piano lessons when she turned 6. Expensive ones. A private instructor who came to the house twice a week. I asked if I could take lessons too. My father looked at me over his newspaper. We can't afford that right now. I didn't ask again. When I was 16, I started looking at colleges. State schools mostly. Places I could afford with scholarships and financial aid. I assumed the settlement money would help. Cover what the scholarships didn't. I'd never asked about it directly. It felt rude somehow. Like I was being greedy. One night at dinner, I mentioned applying to the state university. My father set down his fork. College isn't for everyone. I stared at him. What? You're not exactly scholar material. Maybe consider a trade school. Something practical. My mother nodded. Didn't look up from cutting Emily's chicken. Your father's right. College is expensive. We have Emily to think about now. I felt something cold settle in my chest. What about my settlement money? The room went quiet. Emily kept eating. She was 9. She didn't understand. My father's jaw tightened. That money kept this family afloat. You think raising you was free? Hospital bills. Therapy. Special accommodations. You owe us that money. You owe us your life. I couldn't speak. Couldn't breathe. My mother finally looked at me. Her face was flat. Expressionless. Don't be dramatic. You're fed. You're clothed. You have a roof over your head. That's more than a lot of kids get. I was 17 years old. Sitting at a dinner table with people who were supposed to love me. And I realized I was alone. I didn't fight. Didn't argue. I finished my chicken. Cleared my plate. Went upstairs to my room. Sat on my bed in the dark. The next day, I applied for every scholarship I could find. Worked 2 jobs my senior year. Graduated with a 3.8 GPA and a full ride to a community college 2 hours away. My parents didn't come to my graduation. Emily had a piano recital that same afternoon. More important. I understood. I moved out 3 days after graduation. Took what fit in my car. Left everything else behind. My mother hugged me at the door. Brief. Mechanical. Call when you get there. I didn't call. I didn't speak to my parents for 2 years. They didn't reach out either. No calls. No texts. Nothing. I told myself I didn't care. I was busy anyway. School full-time. Work full-time. Building a life they had no part in. Emily called me once during that time. She was 11. Crying. Something about a fight with mom. I listened. Comforted her. Told her it would be okay. She thanked me and hung up. I didn't hear from her again for 6 months. When I was 20, my mother called. Emily's starting high school next year. We're looking at private schools. Good ones. The kind that get you into Ivy League colleges. She paused. Waited for me to say something. I didn't. Anyway, we're having a family dinner next Sunday. You should come. I almost said no. But something made me curious. I wanted to see what I'd walked away from. So I said yes. The house looked different. New furniture. Renovated kitchen. Fresh paint. My father had a new car in the driveway. Expensive. German. Emily answered the door. Taller now. Pretty. She smiled. I missed you. I wanted to believe her. Dinner was awkward. Polite. My parents asked surface-level questions about school. I gave surface-level answers. Then my mother brought out dessert and the real conversation started. So, Emily's tuition is going to be significant. $35,000 a year. Plus room and board at the boarding school she wants. I looked at Emily. Boarding school? She nodded. Excited. In Connecticut. It's one of the best in the country. My mother continued. We've been approved for financial aid. But there's still a gap. We were hoping you might contribute. As a family. I set down my fork. Carefully. Contribute. Just a few thousand a year. You're working now. You could help your sister. I looked at my father. He was watching me. Waiting. You took $459,000 that was meant for my education. You told me I owed you my life. Now you want me to pay for her school? My mother's face hardened. That's not fair. We raised you. Fed you. Kept you alive. You were legally obligated to do that. Don't take that tone with me. I stood up. Grabbed my keys. I'm not giving you anything. My father stood too. You're being selfish. Emily deserves opportunities. So did I. You got what you needed. She needs more. I looked at Emily. She was staring at her plate. Silent. Complicit. I left. Didn't say goodbye. My mother called 3 times that week. Left voicemails. You're being childish. Family helps family. We're disappointed in you. I blocked their numbers. 3 years passed. I graduated. Got a job. Started building a career in accounting. Quiet work. Stable. I was good at it. Emily reached out when I was 23. Casual text. Hey. Long time. Want to grab coffee? I should have said no. But she was still my sister. So I met her. She looked older. Polished. College-aged now. She told me about her life. Her school. Her boyfriend. How mom and dad were helping her apply to law schools. Paying for LSAT prep courses. Application fees. Campus visits. I listened. Smiled. Ordered another coffee I didn't drink. They ask about you sometimes, she said. Casual. Like it didn't matter. What do they say? She hesitated. That you chose to distance yourself. That they tried to include you but you pushed them away. I nodded. Expected that. Is that true? I looked at her. Really looked at her. She genuinely didn't know. They'd never told her about the settlement. About what they took from me. Yeah, I said. That's true. I didn't see her again for 4 years. The wedding invitation came in the mail 6 months ago. Thick cream cardstock. Embossed lettering. Emily Margaret Sullivan and Jonathan David Pierce request the honor of your presence. I stared at it for a long time. Almost threw it away. But something stopped me. I RSVP'd yes. My mother called 2 days later. I'm so glad you're coming. Emily will be thrilled. She paused. We'd like you to help with setup. The day before. Just family. It would mean a lot. I should have seen it coming. But I said yes, anyway. The wedding was planned for a Saturday in June. I drove in Friday morning. The church was small. Historic. Expensive to rent. I wondered who paid for it. I arrived at 9. My mother handed me a task list. Fold programs. Arrange flowers. Set up the reception hall. Emily was getting her nails done. Too busy to help. I worked alone for 3 hours. My father showed up at noon. Looked at what I'd done. Nodded. Didn't say thank you. At 2 o'clock, I was in the church basement arranging centerpieces when I heard voices upstairs. The sanctuary. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. The heating vent carried sound directly down. My mother's voice. Clear. Honestly, I don't know why Emily insisted on inviting her. My father. Obligation. Makes Emily look good. The gracious sister who forgave the bitter one. She's always been difficult. Even as a child. At least she's useful. Got all this done without complaining. My mother laughed. Sharp. Mean. She's just a draft horse. Always has been. Work her until she's done, then put her out to pasture. I froze. White roses in my hand. My father laughed too. That sound I knew so well. Then a third voice. Male. Younger. Angry. What did you just say? Silence. I said, what the hell did you just say about your daughter? My mother. Flustered. Jonathan. We didn't realize you were. Shut up. I'd never heard anyone talk to my mother that way. Shut up. The real criminal is you. Both of you. Footsteps. Fast. Heavy. Moving toward the basement stairs. I was still holding the roses when the door opened. Jonathan Pierce stood there. Emily's fiancé. I'd never met him. Tall. Expensive suit. Face red with anger. He looked at me. You're her sister. I nodded. We need to talk.